Donald Trump caused a controversy in Chicago this week, plastering his own name on the side of his building. This morning, Mayor Rahm Emanuel called the signage tasteless, while the billionaire calls it magnificent. Most fashion retailers in the U.S. display mannequins that are only a size 2 or 4. However, the average dress size for a woman today is a 14. This promotes an unrealistic standard for women to achieve, as well as beauty measures that are simply unhealthy. Using a pair of Google glasses courtesy of the Red Line Project, I captured an up-close and personal look at the chaos inside the building's elevators. Moving ahead, the goal is to get more resources involved in fighting sex trafficking. If this happens, the people involved in this movement believe they can make a real difference in stopping this problem. Chicago is planning on expanding the pay-by-phone parking system to the entire city by the end of the summer. Users can download the app on iPhone or Android, or they can sign up online and pay by text if they don't have a smartphone. As you can see, even after over 12 hours of continuous dancing and standing, there was nothing stopping this crowd from keeping their groove going. When we think of America's founding fathers, we consider a lot of things, but not usually their sex lives. Well, believe it or not, it's the subject of a new book by a DePaul professor. Good Day DePaul's Ariana Rakshani has details.
Welcome to the Polar Plunge!
On most 10-degree days, Chicago's beaches are all but deserted, but on March 2nd, a crowd more suited to midsummer came to North Avenue Beach for a swim. Their inspiration? Chicago Special Olympics' annual Polar Plunge fundraiser, which in this historically cold winter reached record-breaking success.
We're going to break the $1 million record this year at the and we have record number of plungers, well over 3,000.
Before the event could begin, bulldozers had to be brought in to remove the ice from the plunging area, and emergency medical technicians were stationed in the water. Despite the frigid temperatures and the massive buildup of ice on the lake, it was not enough to stop these volunteers from enjoying themselves as they supported the cause. Many of the swimmers were inspired by a handful of fearless celebrity leaders. The charge into the lake was led by Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who agreed to do the plunge last summer if Chicago students read over 1 million books. In response, they read 2 million.
We take care of our kids, and that means every child. Today, we chose not just a city of big shoulders, a city of big hearts.
Alongside Mayor Emanuel were Bears player Israel Adonijah and Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon, who flew in from New York for the event after making a Twitter bet with Emanuel that he would plunge if the mayor agreed to be on his show.
Look at all of you guys! Look at what we've done! If you hear the scream of a little girl, just know that Jimmy Fallon is swimming in Lake Michigan on March 2nd.
Fallon plunged in a full suit and tie, and while his face in these pictures tells how the comedian felt in the water, he was not available for comment after he got out. After the celebrities cleared the lake, waves of other volunteers began charging into the icy water in small groups, including DePaul student Jerica Valtera.
I feel very cold. That's how I feel, but it was worth it.
For Good Day DePaul, I'm Jessie Molloy.
Okay, now, lean forward against the glass like this.
Remember the first time you tried this after watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off and got butterflies in your stomach? Now imagine if you did this and the whole window tipped out high above the street. That's the concept of the new 360 Chicago attraction Tilt at the John Hancock Center. Located in the south wall of the building's 93rd floor observation deck, Tilt is a one-of-a-kind 8-pane window which, you guessed it, tilts 8 riders at a time out of the building at a 30-degree angle about 1,000 feet above Michigan Avenue. While Tilt offers magnificent views of the city, it was designed not to damage the unique appearance of the Hancock building. The structure is so high and so discreet that it cannot even be seen from the street level. The ribbon-cutting ceremony and unveiling party were held on May 8th. Chicago Alderman Robert Fioretti and Brendan Riley, along with 360 Chicago officials, were the first to tilt, followed by members of the media, including yours truly. Oh my God.
When you get out there and you see that tilt, you're looking down, it gives you a unique perspective of not only I think you focus down below, but you got to look up and really experience what Chicago is all about.
Officials expect Tilt will be a big draw for tourists as well as Chicagoans. The CEO of Choose Chicago, Don Welsh, feels it will help the city reach its goal of 55 million annual tourists by 2020.
I assure you, when people are looking at their itineraries, they're going to add an extra day to come here, spend time here in Chicago, enjoy the city, and of course do the Tilt. So we thank you for helping us achieve that.
Guests who experienced Tilt all seemed to enjoy the ride, but called it nerve-wracking.
I thought I was going to lay against the glass, but once I was up there was just no way. But it was great. I really enjoyed it.
It was fantastic. I'm just like everybody else. Everybody's a little sweaty on their first one. I'm looking forward to doing it sometime again.
For those who are nervous about the ride, Tilt is entirely enclosed and made of multiple layers of shatterproof glass and precision fabricated steel. It operates on a system of hydraulic arms and can be stepped out of even mid-tilt. Tilt is now open to the public, and anyone wishing to experience its spectacularly unique view of the city can do so for only $5. Believe me, it is an experience you do not want to miss. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Jessie Molloy. Illinois Governor Pat Quinn wants to increase the state's monetary awards program, or MAP grants. Quinn discussed his plans during a recent news conference at DePaul.
We want to increase that investment by $50 million, increase it from $373 to about $423.
MAP grants are given to Illinois undergraduate students with financial need. Currently, about 140,000 students receive these grants statewide. About 5,000 of them attend DePaul. As a result, the Student Government Association is very involved in this issue. SGA Vice President Sarah Renz explained why they feel it's so crucial.
So to fund the MAP grant so that all Illinois students who are eligible could receive it, it would need to be funded at $1 billion. So right now, over 100,000 Illinois students who are eligible for this grant are not receiving it. So this $52 million increase, takes us one step closer to that $1 billion that we actually need to make it possible for all who are eligible to get funding.
While students are obviously hopeful that Governor Quinn's proposal goes through smoothly, it's unclear at this point if the legislature will approve the measure, considering the state's already strapped budget. The problem lies in finding the funding. Stephanie Linares, the Republican state Senate candidate for Illinois District 6, says it's simply a matter of money.
What the Republican and what my stance is where is the money going to come from?
Governor Quinn was not very clear on that question when asked directly at the press conference, though he indicated it might require extending the controversial 2011 income tax increase, which was supposed to be temporary.
I believe that we should use the income tax system, which is based on ability to pay, to invest in the most important part of the 21st century, educating these men and women.
Linares, a former MAP grant recipient herself, is skeptical about the governor's plans.
Being that it's an election year, I understand he's making these promises, and I just am concerned that it's a promise that Illinois can't fulfill.
With thousands of students needing MAP grants, it's an issue many people would like to see pass, but one that may be crippled by the state's debt problem. We'll see how it plays out when the General Assembly votes on the budget at the end of May. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Jessie Molloy.